Right, whole storyline. You're my sister. I'm gonna spray you in the face with some ice. Ow, that hurts. Okay, go up to the tower. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. And then I'm gonna go find you. Can you come home? All right, but I have to turn anything frozen. Okay, come home. Thank you. Bye. Frozen.
Today we have a special guest with us. We have our friend Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hey, hey guys.
Mary's coming in to us from the space station.
hmm
The
Yeah,
Russian space station.
yeah, in space.
We invited Mary because Mary is a super nerd like we are.
Mhm.
Every nerd has a specific brand of nerdiness or a specific fixation. And we've invited Mary to come and chat with us about our nerdiest inclinations.
I got into when I was an early teenager and a mid-teenager. I got into Dungeons and Dragons, and I got into it at a time when I don't know. I just kind of needed a way to have a separate identity because I was a homo, and that was my thing. That was my yeah. I got into this book series that was actually written by two people who had written this really kind of elaborate campaign for one of the Dungeons and Dragons campaigns that I played, and they both co-wrote the series called Dragonlance, the Dragonlance Saga. That's like what I read now when I just need to like just sort of it's cheesecake for my brain, if that makes sense. Because it's really satisfying.
Category
I
is.
feel like you're all kind of laughing internally at me, and I don't appreciate that. But
It's externally over
um,
here.
yes, Joe Diaz wrote about how it kind of was very. I read that piece and I nodded a lot because for him it was also a way to escape, like a reality that he thought was not really palatable. And I think that's probably how it is for 99% of people who play Dungeons and Dragons. Because you're like, oh, I'm gonna write these things down and roll some dice, and like that's not really fun, right? But it is, because
It is when the alternative is getting your head
yeah,
stuck in a toilet and flushed.
well, yeah. I mean, it depends on the toilet.
I love The Legend of Zelda. I've played, I think, 11 of the 14 games. What's really good about the series is that it has a really good storyline. It's not just like, take a gun, shoot people in the face, blood everywhere. Zombies coming. They're Nazis also. Make sure you shoot them through a window. Like, it's a lot of different things, which I really like. And I recently got Michael into it. He totally shit on it first and was like, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. But now he says, I can't wait to play Zelda. And then we have sex. The only time he gets sex is when he says he wants to play Zelda.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mary. It's your turn.
So I'm a big Broadway fan, and I have been since I was little. I started out really loving Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals, and I remember acting out Phantom of the Opera in my family room a lot when I was little. Sound of Music was like my sexual awakening. You know that landlord dance that they do? That's the most erotic
Oh,
thing I had ever seen, like as a kid. So that was like my sexual awakening was that.
It's
I
when
still
you,
use
it's
that.
when you learned that you were attracted to Nazis.
Yeah, that too. Well, that was a big part of my life. Yeah. In like high school and college, I got more into Sondheim musicals, and I was a huge Sweeney Todd fan when it was revived on Broadway. They did it with like 10 actors, and Patti LuPone was in it, and I'm obsessed with Patti LuPone.
What is your favorite musical right now?
A Little Night Music. It's a Stephen Sondheim musical, and it's
Mm.
brilliant. And every song is written in variations of three-quarter time because it's like a waltz, and it's amazing, and I love it. I've always just been a huge Broadway nerd.
I would say my nerd thing is Harry Potter because it sort of introduced me to the idea of being unabashedly obsessed with something. Even though I knew it wasn't real, part of me was waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. They were the first books that I just devoured. And through book 8, it was like that. They were easy to read and quick to read in that the story was engaging and the world was so complete. And the movies didn't ruin that for me. I feel like in most cases the movie kind of shatters the magic a little bit, but I love the movies as much as I love the books.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, The Prisoner of Azkaban, hands down.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah. That's the right answer.
I love Sirius Black, and I love Lupin, and I love the whole backstory of Harry's dad and his friends. I just love that.
And movie-wise, that was the most interesting one too. I feel like.
The last one's great too. Like I just cried like a bitch. Like I remember where I was sitting when I finished that book, and I feel like the epilogue was completely indulgent and not necessary. But you were so glad she put it in. You know? Like you really needed to know where everyone landed because it would have been really sad if you didn't. My question is, what are those kids doing before they turn 11?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just hang out.
They can't do magic.
Yeah.
Like
Or Zelda, or I don't know.
yeah, like what do they do all day? Just like sit and like pound rocks together? Like they can't do anything.
I didn't know you were gonna go with rocks, and I was gonna be very nervous.
What, pound penises together?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this shit up, please.
Wow.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
It was really nice to have you, and you are a fucking nerd.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers to Mary.
Congratulations.
Mary.
Cheers.
Yay.
And we'll see everybody next week. Bye.
Bye.